Good evening, this is your Psychic LG, reporting from the United Kingdom. Is anybody there? Knock once for yes, twice for no. Hello, hello, hello. It is 11:10 p.m. UK time, heading towards the witching hour. And we are going to delve deep tonight. We are going to look into the looking glass. And we're going to see what's ahead, forecast in this crazy, crazy world. How are you all doing? Good evening, Soul Butterfly, Mystery, Franco, Rocky Roo. Hiya, Claire. And thank you for all the lovely emails and messages. I am recovering from a kidney infection. I've had double dose of antibiotics, but I'm getting better now. But I'm definitely on the mend. I've never drank so much water in my entire life. Howdy there. Am I live? I really don't know, Lady Murph. I get it a lot. I've had kidney infections on and off all my life. And it always seems to be this time of year. So I don't know if it's stress related. Something maybe I need to work at. But I'm feeling a lot better, thank you. So I'm live on YouTube. Hello there, Pamela and Maria, and hello there, Crafty159, Petra, Baby. Do you like my sparkly top? I thought it was necessary to get into the Christmas spirit. Can you see I was all right? Hiya, Sharon. In Honolulu, what's it like over there at the moment? What's the energy like and the weather like? It's lovely to see you all, and thank you for all the lovely messages. And I want to say good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to wherever you all are around the world. We are going to look deep tonight because you've missed a looking glass. I haven't done it yet because of us being feeling a bit under the weather, but I'm much better now. So I believe the looking glass tonight, my crystal ball, has a lot to say for what's going on at the moment. Do you like my sparkles there, Susan? Hiya there in Dublin. Hello there in Florida. Hiya, Robin. Well, it's lovely to see yous all, and I've missed yous. And of course, I wasn't out on Sunday night, and I was so sad about that. I always do a Sunday night on Twitch, but I literally couldn't even hardly stand up, guys. I was felt so unwell. But it's amazing what a few days can do. And a second trip to the doctors to get more medicine. But I'm a lot better now. It's cold in Virginia. It's cold over here, but not as cold as we'd normally have it. Adam's doing fine and the kittens are doing fine. They're leaping about the place. Oh, that's nice that you've missed us. I've missed yous. So I'll wait for a few more to come on and then we'll get cracking. We'll get into it and we'll see what's happening. I'll be taking probiotics afterwards, Amy, definitely. Too many pizzas, that's what I've been eating. Too much sugar and too much pizzas, and probably stress has probably caused it. Hiya there, Bjorn. How are you doing? Is it cold in Iceland? Exactly, health's very important. I'm definitely going to drink more water, Marina. 18 degrees in Maine? That's not too bad, is it? Good morning in Aussie, Wendy. Hiya there, Elsie. Is it, or Elise, sorry. Hi in Nashville, Tennessee. Yeah, the stress has been murder recently, hasn't it? Well, Amy's put here on Twitch. You've had flare-ups. Just a strange time of year, isn't it? So when everybody comes on, we're going to do healing for everybody. And look into world events with this, the craziness, eh? It's 70 in Southern California. Wow, Richard. There is a lot going on, isn't there, Marina? Hiya there, sweetheart. So it's cold and snowy and slippery in Iceland. Oh dear me. Porridge weather. Oh, Maria, that's so nice. And hello there, Mitchell, in the great state of Texas. And it certainly is, isn't it? It's a place I would like to visit. Hello there in South Africa. Oh dear, Richard. You're going to need some healing, aren't you? And Stooge recovering from an operation, it looks like. Stitches are itchy, coming out Monday. That's good. Well, that's a good sign if it's itchy. It means it's healing. I know I felt the prayers. I felt the healing, what was being sent. I really, really did. I felt the love. I was going to jump on Twitch and just say hi to you, but I looked dreadful. And you know when you just can't speak? Yeah, I've heard milk thistle. I've been having a lot of lemon water and barley water. That's really good as well. I'm just overcome with all the lovely messages. Okay. So let's start. Let's begin. Let me get a little drink. Oh, that's lovely, Mitchell. So it's a strange time of year. In fact, I feel it's quite a dark time of year. I don't know if you agree, guys. But it's coming to the end of the year. We're coming into winter solstice. And you can just feel it, can't you? You can just feel everything just brewing. And of course, people are coming down with all sorts of germs and God knows what. And I think there's a high level of stress. I really, really do. As prices soar, food goes up, gas and electric goes up. It's just, where's it end? Where does it end? It's, and people are grieving. People are worried. People are at their wits' end. And then, of course, there's just crazy stuff happening on the political front. There's crazy stuff happening, horrible stuff happening with wars. It's just, it's like the evil's risen. It's about to erupt. It's about to erupt. Hence, that's why I put my cross on tonight. I feel like I'm going out vampire slaying. I just feel we're in for a stormy January and February. I really do. And I just think that I've been saying this for a long time, that we have to work within. We have to look after us. It's very important. And it is expensive to prep. I understand that. But I just think that you can only try your best. But I just think that it's about just living in the here and the now. And just looking after us, looking after our families, our friends, our loved ones, our neighbours. And that's what community spirit, keeping together in these really weird times, because that's the only word I can say what's happening at the minute. It's weird. I don't know if you agree. It's just weird. And there seems to be a lot of people who are being very, what's the word? Christian, very spiritual, very kind. There's a kindness, I believe, what's risen, not on the news. I don't mean that. I'm on about in our communities. Excuse me. But I also feel that there's a big divide now between the good and the bad. And it's becoming so apparent that we can just see it on people. The veil is so thin. And I just feel that we just have to navigate through this storm. But I do believe there's been a massive wave of ascension over the last couple of years. I really do. Excuse me. I always go croaky when I first come on here. There's been a massive wave of ascension. And I feel it's about to happen again. I feel that we just need to hold on tight and keep grounded. But not to go into the new year in fear, but to go into the new year with no expectations. The true colours are being revealed on a lot of different characters, and especially within the media, I must say. It's as if like the veil's so thin, we can see the satanic group at the height of their performance, if you know what I mean. And it's funny what Humblebee's put here, true colours are revealing. Yeah. And I'm getting that song, True Colours. Who sung that? Was it Cyndi Lauper? I'm getting true colours tonight. It's as if that there's no escaping. There's no escaping what's coming. Hiya there, Sue. We have to put on that armour of God, and we'll have to try and embrace each day as it comes. There's a lot of them making excuses, Darby. Yes. And we're going to look into this tonight. So welcome in, everybody. I've got 444. I feel that's the sign to start. Angels are here tonight. Cyndi Lauper. And let's start. So I'm going to start with my little bell. And for anybody who needs healing, you can write the name in the comment section. If any persons, animals, any situation that you're worried about, I've done a Reiki prayer before I've come on, and you will receive the healing or the protection or the prayers, what you need. You can do it in the live stream, you can do it in the comment section afterwards, and you will receive it. And this is timeless, by the way, as well. But welcome into everybody who's live tonight. Have you done your Christmas shopping? Christmas, my arse. It's become so satanic. It's all about money, isn't it? It's money, money, money. And then the Christmas will, as soon as Boxing Day hits, then the adverts start for the sales, don't they? And then the holidays start. It's just boom, 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 propaganda, propaganda, propaganda. And I just think that someone's making blankets for everyone. That's beautiful. But I'm nearly done. I've just got to wrap. Just got to wrap, guys. I've got parcels still coming. Something funny is going on with the internet as well. And I'm going to look into that tonight. Because every time I order something from Amazon or any other company, I'll get an email saying, your parcel is lost. Click onto this and put your password in or whatever. They want your details. It's as if there's something tracking or I think the internet is very unsafe at the moment. Animals will receive healing as well. All animals. Oh yeah. I just delete. But it's every time I order something, and it's just everybody's ordering at the minute, aren't they? Scammer alert, yeah. cyber attacks on the internet. There's a lot of fraud. But then the evil's rising. But then the good's rising. We mustn't forget that the good is rising as well. So we will become more aware of this. Let's start. Have I froze? Give us a 5-5 if you can hear us. I invoke Archangel Michael. I invoke Archangel Michael. I invoke Archangel Michael. I invoke Archangel Raphael. I invoke Archangel Raphael. I invoke Archangel Raphael. Thank you, Marina. Oh. I invoke Archangel Gabriel. I invoke Archangel Gabriel. I invoke Archangel Gabriel. I invoke Archangel Uriel. I invoke Archangel Uriel. I invoke Archangel Uriel. I ask my faithful spirit guides to come forward tonight to give us true answers. Jed. White Buffalo. Running Star. Lady Direwolf. E2I and Raw. Anybody who would like to come forward from the fairy elementals, the animal kingdom, the spirit world, very important, the angel realm, and the star people, either on world, off world, in from spirit world, because they do pass as well, or just telecommunication, to come forth to give us true answers tonight and to form this circle of light for us all, for truth and healing. With love and light, love and light, love and light, so be it on this great eve. Amen. There we go. I'll look into China, I think, tonight as well. I'm going to look into China. Are you all right? There's been loads of people scammed, hasn't there? The chat's going up really, really fast. What's going on with the East? My bedroom faces the East and I have been okay. Is it people been complaining about the East in China? Like where the houses are situated? Wonder what that's about. Interesting. So this is a bit like coming to a spiritualist church, guys. I used to do the spiritualist churches when I was young. And yeah, it's nice. It's like a lovely community spirit, you know. And people need it now. People really need the support. But this is like a modern day spiritualist church, isn't it? And it's about everybody coming together and supporting each other. And I want to say that I don't always have all the answers. I just give you my visions and the things that I've learned over the years. And I'm a channeler, I'm a foreseer, I'm a psychic, I'm a medium, I'm a clairvoyant, I'm a shaman healer. And I do remote viewing. But I don't believe everybody is 100%. Nobody is. You know, only God knows. Only God knows. But we're all here, and I take on board what you say as well, because there'll be a lot of yous in the audience who'll be very psychic as well, and that's what it's about. So like if you went to a spiritualist church back in the day, we'll all sit round in a circle and mediums give off different messages. And that's what it's about, you know what I mean? And actually we should do that one night. We should do that one night. We should get a few people on and then maybe have a live seance again, or do something where maybe there's a few in the audience who can give off messages. But the veil is very thin, and the spirit world are definitely in communication. I've been in communication a lot since I've been offline with the spirit world, and trees and animals and even bugs. Just earlier on today I was doing a healing session for somebody, and I was in communication with a dragonfly. When is the prep alive, please, Louise? When is the prep alive? Oh yeah, I was going to do a prepper night, aren't I? I'll think about it, possibly soon, because we need to. We need to definitely. We could talk about it tonight if you want. My experience of prepping. I mean, I'm not a skilled prepper. I've just tried to prep since 2017, but it's hard when you've got a son in the house who eats through everything. Do you know what I mean? And you've got to hide it. And I've learned a lot. I've made mistakes with prepping, because you've got to keep rotating it round. And it sort of keeps an eye on your larder cupboard, It's trying to be ahead of things. But you not think all our grannies would have done that in the wartime? My nana used to buy out of the cupboard. So our grannies and granddads, they would have been prepping back in the wartime. Oh yeah, he definitely munches down the house. That's true. But there'll be a lot of people in the audience who will have grown-up kids or kids in this audience in their homes where they just eat through everything. So you've got to hide things, haven't you? So I've often thrown out expired food. And it's very sad. I hate that. I hate wasting food. So I think that we haven't got to overbuy either. We have to just try and be savvy about it. And some people are just going over the top with it. And I just think that then they end up with a load of rotten food. So you've got to know how to do it really. And you think about it, we've wasted a lot of food over the years anyway. Before all this hoo-ha, before the pandemic, before everything. Alone where I live in Newcastle, we've got you've got different shops like Marks and Spencer's, and they chuck it all out. I don't know if it goes to the homeless. I really don't know, but they chuck all it out when it's only like a day old or a couple of days old, And we've got Chinatown in Newcastle, and you go down the back alleyways, and that's where you'll find the rats and that ravaging around the bins and that. But there's a load of food gets chucked out there as well. So how much food alone does Britain waste? Never mind the rest of the world or America. That'll be a lot. But I'll look into it tonight. I'll get my cards out as well. But I just think that my understanding of what I've remote viewed, and I'm going to try it again tonight. This has been in the crystal. This crystal ball, by the way, has been in the garden all day. It's been quite a gloomy day over here. It's been one of them grey sky days. But she's sparkly. She's ready. My understanding is, what I've been looking at it is that there's going to be problems with meat. There's going to be problems. Vegetables, fresh vegetables. That's why I've been saying to people for a while, try and grow your vegetables if you can. I've always had an idea that, people should have people's gardens. All communities, villages get together in the areas, and if somebody can donate a garden or get some land off the council or whatever, then you could be growing vegetables and people could be donating, putting in for the seeds or whatever. You could have youths working there, people garden it, and that means that there's free vegetables and food for the communities. And I just think something like that would be really beneficial for what's coming. That's what I feel. So Jazz in the audience here on Twitch says we have community gardens in here in Australia. That's good. So I feel that there could be shortages, but when it comes to the meat, something funny is going on with the meat industry, and I'm going to look back into that as well. Buy from the Amish market. Oh yeah. Well, they've got it right, haven't they? They've probably been prepping, and they know exactly, because they know what this world's like in the system. So they've probably done it all their life. Do you know what I mean? Do they do that in Glastonbury, do they, Rachel? Wow. And of course, there's worry about the UK with power cuts, and they did announce, I don't know who he was, he announced that it is wise. This is what he said, right? I don't know if anybody knows who it was who said it. It was one of the one of the jakes in Parliament sitting there, and he had said that it is wise that that Brits get their candles in, get their matches in, their torches, and there was something else as well, or a hand old-fashioned radio. Now, to me, that's a bit suspicious. Do you know what I mean? It's like they're putting it out, that they're letting we know what's coming. Bit like that film, eh? Bit like that film what Obama's supposed to be in on. Yeah, like an old-fashioned crank radio. It's like they have to let we know what's coming. Louise, I have bought a Wonder Bag non-electric slow cooker. The new version of the old hay box. Ooh. So the councils are going bankrupt. That is so true in the UK, yes. So the Obama film is weird. Yes. So I'm going to get the cards. Let's get the cards. Let's start. Before the kitty cats start jumping all over the place. Leave the world behind. Okay. What should we ask first, eh? Because you can't ask the crystal ball, so we're going to ask the cards. I'll just put her there. I'm a Dem and I think it's weird. Because I think it's gone beyond politics. I really do. It's nothing about Democrats and Republicans anymore. It's just gone weird, hasn't it? So the film is about, more or less, it's about the end of the world, and it's about a frequency attack. Now, somebody a little while ago had said to me that, Louise, I'm worried about nuclear. And I've said this, I've discussed this, I've looked into it on my Twitch shows before, at Underground. And I said, I don't think it's nuclear that we have to worry about. There's so much different weaponry out there that it goes beyond nuclear. And I was getting sound. I'm sure I said it about a year ago. Can any of you remember it? I was getting like sound, frequency, people holding their head like that, like radioactive sound. And that's what it's about. Can you remember that? Right, let's shuffle the cards and see if there is, if this film, oh God, I'm getting a funny noise from my computer. Is this film being put out as a sign? Is it being originally done for a sign? Like a sonic attack, yes. Let's have a look. Or it could be that they just know something that they're worried about and they're trying to subtly putting it out there. Do you know what I mean? But sound waves can affect you. You've had that a few times, Richard. I'm going to pull 7 cards out. As you know, I work with a few different decks. Very old decks as well. Some of them are my nana's cards. So, you know, no fancy about me. I just go with it. 4, 5, 6, 7. I do want to buy some nice cards, but I think I'll have to get some more nice cards. But I always go back to my... I've got loads of different decks, but I always go back to my old cards. Okay. Cool. Right, okay, we've got the Queen of Cups. And we've got the safe home protection. But that came out upside down. So usually that's what we have to worry about. We have to worry about like other sort of frequency attacks, that type of thing. All right, that's what we need to be careful of. We've got the King of Cups, and she's the Queen of Cauldrons, which is like the King, which is like the Cups, okay? And then we've got another Queen of Cups. Interesting. Let's pull some more cards out. We've got the Child, which is the Knave of Cups. That to me is like, I know this sounds really weird, but it's like the white man. Because part of the film, they were like making a sort of suggestion about, did you see a light there at the back? I've seen like a light coming through my back garden. It was suggesting about what they had said. You'd have to watch the film. I've got to be careful what I'm seeing on here. Something about they have to be careful of the white man or something like that. It was a saying. Don't quote us exactly what it said. Julia Roberts is in it. We've got the Sun card, so that's covering way. It's covering way. Of course, this technology's been out a very, very long time. We've got the Nine of Swords. And we've got the Knight of Swords. So, I've been seeing this for a while, that we are in a WAR now. And it doesn't have to be a case of, well, it is a case for dropping bombs recently in Gaza, but I'm talking about like it was in World War II, you know, like a big thing. It's more to do with being sneaky behind the scenes type. It's like reverse racism, yes. If there's such a thing. Because I think racism's racism, really, isn't it? But to me, I just think it's awfully odd how an ex-president would be involved in mastering something like this. I just think it's awfully odd. But you see, when they are in office, they're going to know about all this technology. So it's like it's the truth coming out and it's being put out into a film. Does that make sense? It's been put out into a film. So I would say that's Obama. That's Obama. So he's wanted to do this, right? The question is, what's the motive? Is it because he just wants it out? Or is it because it's part of some agenda? Does that make sense? Again, we've got the Two of Cauldrons. So that's celebration. And then we've got the King of Cauldrons upside down. So again, it's like, this sounds really, really weird when I'm saying there's something against the white man. It's the only way I can describe, like sort of explain it. Or there's going to be, the white man's going to be portrayed as being the baddie. That's what I'm feeling. I don't think it's going to be one particular event. All right. It could be lots of different situations. Lots of different situations. I would say with Obama, it's like a messenger. He's like the messenger. Now, there are a lot of people in the audience tonight, and without getting into politics and stuff like that, would say, oh, well, you know, that's not the case. He's this or he's that. But I'm seeing him as the messenger. He's had to put that out. Why would he have to put it out? Let me see this. Right, there's something about the money what's going to change, or there's going to be the banking system's going to go down, or there's going to be problems with the US dollar. This is huge, this. And we're coming into winter solstice, okay? And it's on the witch's calendar. So where you've got good witches, you've got bad witches. Good witches, bad witches. Okay. So we've definitely got a piece missing. This everything's unplugged at the minute. Everything's going to change. And there's actually no timing on this. But what we need to do is we need to protect ourselves. It's very, very important. So I'm not saying that they're all witches and they're going to come after it. But I do believe that there is Satanism, satanic stuff going on. You know, you don't have to be, it's stupid to think that it's not going on. It's never gone away. It's just gone underground, but now it's all coming out into the open because everyone's having their awakening. So everybody is allowed to be who they want to be. But I think this is part of a ritual thing. It's a ritual thing. And I've just been shown, like that goat's head thing, that goat's head. What's it called again? Oh, I've got a headache thinking about it. Ugh. So it's that. It's on the rise. And maybe, and I've been shown them stones, what went down. You know, the Georgia stones. So they have to say it in their religion, in their law. They have to put this out, what they are doing. The guide stones, yes. So it's programming, and really, I believe it's always been going on, but we're just noticing it now. It is very biblical times that we are living in, extremely biblical. So the world's coming out. It's upside down at the moment. It came out next to the banking system. The banking system's going to massively change. I want to give you the 11th, the 15th, the 16th, and the 4th. Oh God! Since I've said that goatee thing, it's like just get away. So the 4th could be like, say, the 4th of a month, but I'm not looking that far on. Hello there, Debbie. Sorry I missed your call in the middle of the night. I had loads of people ringing us in the middle of the night. Yeah. Well, I need a catch up. So we've got upside down justice. So they're definitely up to something. And I also feel this is not just for the US. This is for everywhere. So it's individual situations that I feel is about to happen. And hasn't something not just recently happened where there's been some sort of cyber attack somewhere? If anybody knows, they can write the name in the comment section and let us know. But I would say that it's a situation that it has to be bigger than the pandemic. At least with the pandemic, we could sit in the house and talk to each other online. Yeah? This is not that. This is something where everything just goes dark. And people don't know what time it is. You've got to understand the whole matrix system is run by numbers. So yes, you can get a windy up clock. There's not many people have a windy up clock these days. But this is what's going to happen. So if everything, because everything's digital. So if the whole internet goes down and the electric goes off, I am concerned because it's very, very cold in certain parts of the world. And it's not just where it's very cold, it could also affect if you're in a hot place for your aircon. So that's what I feel what could happen globally, or the majority of the globe, not all of the globe, but the majority of it. But where it comes to the frequency thing, I think that's individual countries intermittent. Does that make sense? So yes, the USA had a cyber attack done by China. All right. I knew it was something, but I wasn't sure what. I don't know the ins and the outs. So it's a case of that. It's like we're going to be taken off the grid. Awful. I know it's awful, right? Let's see how long this could happen for. So then they can step in to see what needs to be done. But behind the scenes, you've got good cops, bad cops. And I've said this for a long time, that even the good cops know what's coming. I'm not saying Obama is a good cop. I'm not saying he's a bad cop. What I'm saying to you is people are playing what they need to play. Does that make sense? But he knows. He knows what's coming. Trump will know what's coming. Anybody who's been at a certain level will know what's coming. And they'll all know what's coming in Parliament, some of them. Well, some of them will. So we can't see exactly what's coming. So they put it out in films and stuff like that. So the beast, the matrix system, the number system is getting taken down. But then you've got the bad guys who probably want to come in to control the situation, because you can't get rid of all the evil off the planet. It's totally impossible. That's just la la land. That's not going to happen. But basically, we are all Barbies and Kens, which have escaped Barbie world now over the last 5 years, and we're realising what is happening. And it's not funny, actually. It's quite dark once you start going down that rabbit hole and seeing what's actually going on there. But the good guys also want this to happen. So what is going to take place is it's a digital world. It's a futuristic world. This is why I've got my crystal ball tonight and I'm going to be looking into this. And it's going to be all futuristic, because there's been a lot of technology what's been held back from it. So technology isn't a bad thing, it's who's been behind it. And like Elon Musk says, there needs to be a restriction on it. There needs to be a restriction on it. Because if not, you're going to have the robots taking over humanity. And that's where we're at now. So there's a struggle going on. When I talk about the dark ones, it's a soul thing. But I do believe that there's different extraterrestrials who are already here as well. So we're going to be all right, but there is a possibility, right? Because I don't like frightening people, but there is a possibility that there could be frequency attacks. What do we do? Where do we go? Not everybody's got bunkers, or do we stick tinfoil hats on? I really don't bloody know. But what I do know is that it's frequency, it's not nuclear here. So what I feel is that there'll be a cyber attack. They may blame Russia, they may blame China. I really don't know. But it's the West. It's the West. It's as simple as that. All right? And I wouldn't say it's a particular country. It goes beyond like politics. It's about who's on the good side, who's on the bad side. But if you want to put it into so many words, there's like a Dr. Evil out there, like on that film. It's a bit like that. There's a Dr. Evil out there who is behind this. How do we... I don't know about that. I believe that... I was told, right, when I went to a Halloween party, I can't say names, but I was talking to somebody who was an ex-super soldier and who left because he had his leg blown off in Afghanistan. And basically, he was told that by his top colonel or whoever, that when he left, make sure, son, that you get Sugnite. It's the crystal, because Sugnite can't, it stops that frequency. Now, I'm not saying it's this wave thing, but it stops the frequencies of the weaponry. So Sugnite is a definite thing that you definitely need to get. Hi, LG. Who are the so-called 5 families who did not vote in Sunak's vote on immigration? I really don't know, Lawrence. I'm going to look into Sunak tonight because that's important. Sugnite earrings, yeah, that would be a good thing. But anything, Sugnite, get them around your kids' necks, put put them in their bedrooms. You can get them on necklace form. I've got some on the back of my thing there. You can get them as magnets to stick on the back. It's SUG, I believe, NITE. Oh, thank you, Marina. You have a good night. So it's something about, yeah, it protects my biofield, yeah. So I would definitely say Suge Knight, but I'm not an expert. You know, I'm not an expert on that type of thing. I'm just going with what I'm getting. But when the full card comes out, it is saying that we are protected. So remember, because the veil is very thin at the minute as well, don't feed into the fear, because the negative attracts negative. So we have to try and keep our energies up. We need to look after ourselves. And health's very important. Well body, well mind, well soul. And it helps you. Because if you're sitting there in fear, you're going to attract a negative. So we need to keep upbeat about this. Upbeat. But something big's about to go down. And I'm telling you that now. We need, even though I'm saying that, we have to keep upbeat. All right? And raise our vibrations. 7. Right. The given is within the 1. There could be the first lot of something. All right. It could be, it's either 1 month. Could be within 1 month. All right. I don't think it's within 1 year. Within the 1. Rachel Wild, if you mix Suge Knight with real silver, protects a lot better. Okay. You can't stop laughing when I say Suge Knight. I want to know, because the UK government have put this message out for the British people. And that would be bloody typical, wouldn't it? Because all the Brits, you know, we're going out there, we're buying our bloody turkeys and we're sticking our bloody New York cheesecakes and everything in our freezers and packing it up for Christmas. And lo and behold, if we get a power cut, a lot of people are going to lose money there because obviously the freezers need electric. Let's see if our Christmas is going to be safe. I'm going to have a look, May Wolf. Yes, black obsidian works as well. So it's proven to block up to, yeah, all the different frequencies. Turkey by candlelight. I bloody hope not. Yeah, I didn't know you could get Kathleen, what she's put here in the audience on YouTube. I have Suge Knight cream. It's supposed to be healing for arthritis. It's a healing stone as well, yeah. You know what, right? Could you imagine if all our houses had Suge Knight roofs? We'd be laughing, wouldn't we? Suge Knight roofs on my houses. That would help. Cost a fortune, like. Is our Christmas going to be safe? I'm asking for the UK, right, because of what they had said in the UK. Shungite. Shungite, yeah. Well, you know me. Y'all do New Year's Eve as well, Crystal? It's definitely over the winter months. That'll be the plan, so that we're left vulnerable. Right, so we've got the 5 of rods, which is a loss. We've got the King of rods. We've got the Queen of Rods, so there's something underhand here. We've got the Knight of Wands, which is the same. When the man stands in snow, we will know the truth. I've been saying this for a little while now. Not so sure. I want to say just after Christmas. I don't know why. Maybe they've got a bit of a heart. Could be Boxing Day. I bloody hope not. But stolen time. I want to say the end of a month. The end of a month. Is that the end of December? The end of January? It's on a timeline. But I'm not getting it. It is exactly Christmas. Because even all this is going on, you do have a lot of gods at work. Gods at work and angels. Well, yeah. I mean, they tried it with the pandemic, didn't they? They stopped going to the churches. So is it a situation that this time we can't go out of the house because of cyber attack or something else? But you've also got Isis inspiration goddess Isis, and she's on the rise. She's on the rise. So there's something going on out of this frequency zone, out of the atmosphere, out of the physical reality. There's something going on godly. The war of the gods, I want to say. We've got the moon card, deceit, and we've got justice. I'm getting the 26th, 27th, the 28th. Is it long? There'll be intermittent power cuts on off, a bit like we had in the 70s. Somebody just asked there in the audience. So in the 70s, before we went into the EU, I remember when I was a kid, there was power cuts all the time, but they would last for so long and then the lights would come back on. A bit like it happens in Africa, is it? In Nigeria, they have that. You only have so much time in the day and then they switch everything off. I think this is what they're going to do. But I also feel that there's going to be problems with gas this year. Problems with gas. So again, we need to prep. We need to think ahead. And not everybody can afford a generator. Now, if the electric goes off in the UK alone, that's worse than the gas. That's what I feel. And I'll tell you why. Because they've pushed way to have electric this and digital this and smart meters is another one. So there's a lot of people who are electric run houses in the UK. So if the gas goes off, you can go and just buy a bloody electric fire if you haven't got a wood burner and just plug them all around the house and you're fine. But if the electric goes off, we're basically, you know what I mean? That's what I feel what's going to happen. But there's going to be a problem with gas. And they've sneaked it in. What the Tory government have done over here is they've sneaked in the laws without even running things by the British people. And I'll tell you why I know this. And I didn't know this, all right? Probably a lot of people in the audience will know this. So I was going to, where was I going? Was I going to the dentist? Anyway, yeah, I was going to the dentist, which is in Jesmond. So it's like the next town along from where I live. And I couldn't get a taxi. So I rang my son to see if he would take us. And my daughter-in-law, she's probably watching this. She says, he's because my son's got a van, like a truck. And she says, he can't because he'll get fined. I says, what do you mean he'll get fined? Got a brand new bloody van, you know what I mean? Because the city, they've stopped them going into the city with the trucks and the vans unless they've got a permit or a pass. This is Newcastle alone, for like working for the council or whatever, working for a business. If not, they're fining people. And then what they're going to do, they're going to bring the other thing they're going to do into the early part of next year is that people who have got their cars and they're too old, they're going to fine them if they haven't got like an up-to-date car. So that's going to stuff a lot of people, really, isn't it? So they've slipped that in, and they haven't told the British people, only the people who know and they've got their vans and stuff like that. Because it's admissions, apparently. Even though they're making all these rules up and they're flying around out there on their private jets. That's what they're doing. And that's what they've done. They've done it right underneath the British people's noses. They've done that. So they banned wood burners here now. You get a 100k fine, Birmingham City. That is just terrible. They'll find it hard in certain places like Northumberland, where I am, because you're coming off into the country, and a lot of them have wood burners. So that's what they did. Not that I'm for it, but that's what they did with. They changed the laws without pushing it past the British people. They've gone rogue. They've literally gone rogue, guys. That's what they've done. So they're supposed to be working for us. But they're not. They think that they're it, loading it around, do you know what I mean? Making all that silly little laws up. But they did the same thing with the gun thing as well. They just abolished all the guns without telling the people. They just did it. Mind you, where I live, it's like West Denton. It would have been like the Wild West if there'd still been guns running around, you know what I mean? But that's another story. But what I'm saying to you is, they're doing it now. They're on a rampage, changing everything. And there was talks of wanting the 15-minute cities as well. And the thing with the British people is they're just too complacent. They just sit there and take it and take it and take it. And they know that to have another like a lockdown, they wouldn't stand for it because they got caught with their pants down the last time. And it's all coming on at the minute. Let's see what that's going to happen with all the WhatsApp carry on with Boris and that. And I mean, Rishi Sunak went to court and he said he couldn't find the WhatsApp messages and all of this, you know. But nobody will do anything about it. That's what I mean in Thelma. Nobody will do anything about it. You'll just get a slap on the wrist and then sent packing. Do you know what I mean? And anybody doesn't know what I'm going on about. So in the lockdown, we were told that we couldn't go near our loved ones. I was one of them with my dying brother, right? Because I wasn't vaxxed. And we had to keep away, and we could only have so many people in the house. People were getting fined. Literally, people were getting fined. And they were scoffing and laughing on WhatsApp about it, and then they were partying, snogging, right? One of them was snogging. He had a mistress and he had his tongue right down her throat, and it was caught on camera in the Parliament. This was all going on while we were going along with the rules. And I said this to my mother. I said, do you honestly think that they're going by the rules? Of course they are. I says, don't be so bloody ridiculous. They'll be having a party. And they were having a bloody party. So, but that's Boris. He's a rule breaker. So what I'm saying to you is that they know that they can't do that again, because they know that the British people would just go into an uproar. So the next thing is that this has to be something more serious. Good night, Nana Fran. But I just think that there's something coming where it's not putting the blame on them type of thing. It has to be something like a power cut or something where, or a frequency situation. And that is where we are now. So there's something going on the timing of the cards here. I would say within 6 months, within, at the most, 6 months, something's going to happen in our country alone where we're going to be restricted. With the power cuts, I think they're going to be intermittent, so it's not going to be like for days on end. But where I worry that if things get out of hand is we're running up to the next election. And if things get where they're worrying about Trump getting back in or whatever like that, there could be a situation where it could be bigger than just the US or the UK, where it could be some sort of situation to sort of put people and keep them in the houses, or where they come in and tell us what to do. Will that timeline take place? That's the worst scenario. Camping stones are really good, yeah. I'm unsure, but it's possible. If it'll get, there definitely will be power cuts. That is definitely going to, that's definitely going to happen. But, you know, you can cope with a few hours and it comes back on again. I think, was it Texas had it really bad once, didn't they, when it was snowing and you had a power cut or something. I'm worried about situations like that. And I'm also getting like sort of manipulation, weather and all of that type of thing. So we're going to have to try and prep for the winter, as we're coming into the winter now. But as it comes for the whole big thing, I hope to God and I pray that that doesn't happen. But it's on a timeline. But it looks at the minute like it's more individual. But I am seeing a situation where time stops. Time stops. It's not the full world, but it's the majority of the world. And they're going to blame it on a cyber attack. But what I'm going to say to you tonight is, and it's coming up very, very strong, we must not fear, because angels have our back. Right? So from all of this situation, I do feel that we are going to be in a better place in the end. We may not think that at the time, but I see a lot of compensation coming back to people. I see a lot of money being given back to people. Hazeltine, do you see the 3 days of darkness? Yes, I do. And that could be, the 3 days of darkness could be like everything just going off. But they're in control of it, that's the thing. And they'll only switch that off if they're worried in case a certain person's going to get back into office, which they don't want in office. Because it's all connected to do with the US politics. May Wolf. So, and also I feel a control thing, so they can New World Order, whatever you want to call it. We've got the Seven of Cups. But I feel the worst scenario is 3 days. 3 days, yes. Okay. We've got the Eight of Swords. We've got the Eight of Wands. Just like that energy, isn't it? It reminds us of the film, The Island. I've talked about this before. It's got Ewan McGregor in. Scarlett Hansen. Is it Hansen? And at the end of the film, you need to watch it. I don't want to spoil it too much if you haven't seen it. It's quite an old film, but they're being cloned, these people. All right. And then they realise they're clones. And they change everything, right? And then they break out. They've got them underneath the ground, and then they come out, and then they see the real world, because they've only been trapped underneath, because they were produced so that they could have their organs for the rich people above, because they were the clones, but they were real people, all right? And they broke out, and everything at the end of the film, it was okay for the clones. They were told that they were going to win the lottery, and that they could go onto this island and then escape from the underground world. But they weren't going to the island. They were basically getting taken away to get killed for organs, for organ harvesting. Scarlett Johansson, yeah. So it reminds us at the end like that. It's like there's a revelation. And I always believe that there's a good ending. And that's what I feel. It's a crazy world that we're living in. And it's very biblical times. I feel we're in the book of Daniel. That's where I feel where we are at now. But I do believe that we're going to come through this. We're basically in Luciferian times, and they're trying to control it. But I do feel the end result is good. That's not saying that there will be casualties. I mean, there's been casualties recently with what's happened with Israel and Gaza. It's all connected. It's all to do with this money and the greed and everything. So we can't just pretend that, you get people in the truth community and that. You've got like people who are like all love and light and Skippy and the daisy fields, and it's not like that. The true reality is that there's been people dying recently in Gaza, and babies murdered in Israel, and horrible. And it's, to me, it's just, there's more upsets to come. And I would say 90% of this is orchestrated from the dark side. It's orchestrated because it's events, and they're real events, but they're taking place to distract us from a bigger picture. There is something bigger going on behind the scenes. There's so much hatred, it's horrible. So it's like we are reliving what our grannies and granddads went through. And they didn't give up. They didn't go into a flap and a panic when Hitler was trying to rule the world. Just imagine like lots of little Hitlers, but they're hidden behind the scenes. They're like Dr. Evils and that. They're hiding there. So we just have to, it's a strange war what we're in at the minute. It's a spiritual war. But we have to take a leaf out of our grandparents' book, and we need to keep calm and carry on. And just stay vigilant, but at the same time, try and enjoy life. Because it's a frequency war as well. Light always wins. It always wins. But the amount of trickery what's coming out in these cards tonight, it's like it's going to hit a peak with different events, what's going to take place. It's definitely a holy war. God never intended for... He didn't want us to all think the same. And God can come in many different forms, in different labels. But he never intended we to start fighting against each other. There's been a lot of mind programming and triggering. Do you know what I mean? So we've got trickery here going on. Massive trickery. But there's a new earth coming in, a new earth. So yeah, well, that's where we are at the minute. We're coming to nearly the end of the movie, so we just have to all come together, basically. Debbie Pop, I can't understand why it's always the Jews they are after. I know. I just think it roots back to biblical times, doesn't it? It's like Jesus never went. Jesus never went. He lives through all in different ways. And the Roman Empire, it never went away. It's just they're just different avatars were coming into the future now, but it's the same people. Big news is coming in with the Pope. The Pope will make a big announcement. Again, I'm getting the 27th, 28th. I don't know if that's December. I don't know if it's January, February, pushing it. I'm seeing fighter jets going out there. Fighter jets. Something big and huge is coming, linked with China, with banks. I think we're in for a roller coaster between now and 2026. It's something we just can't clean up like that. But they'll throw such a hissy fit if Trump gets back in. They will throw such a hissy fit if Trump gets back in. If he doesn't get back in, we may not get that in 3 days of darkness. If he does get back in, we may get that 3 days of darkness. Or running up, we'll know more. I think it's going to be like that. Such a roller coaster coming in for 2024. Meds is going to be a problem. Because if things stop, there could be a problem with meds. Where does the meds come in? The meds come in from China. Where else do they come in from? Trade. Everything's just stopping. A bit like in that film. Everything was stopping. Planes were dropping. In this film on Netflix, the boats, the ships were just going all off course and coming into the bay and that. India. There will be a rise of natural medicine, herbal medicine. It's like we're going back to our roots. So India is a big medication provider, right? People have asked me if China will go down. No, China's not going to go down at all. I do sort of automatic writing sometimes, and I've wrote this before. I think I've put it out in little videos as well, where the dragon will cry and her claws will protect her nest, but then she will rise. The bear will fall and the eagle will roar. The eagle will soar. If I find it, I'll put it out on my business Facebook thing. But what I'm getting is that China's into the near future. China's still there. China's playing a lead part, a linked lead part. I'm still seeing it. But it's not all doom and gloom. I don't see China will fall at all. Don't forget, I'm not going along with other people. I'm seeing for what I really see it. China is still there into the future. Yeah. Then you've got the Middle East. But then you've got, like, that they're pushing all of this, like, clean planet and getting rid of petrol cars and all of this type of thing. And they want to be pushing for electric cars so then they can control it. But then you've got in the Middle East, they're buying up all, they're getting oil and gas and they're making deals and they're doing it all in China. So it's some sort of like, to me, it's a war that we're in, but they're not going along with it. So I don't feel it's going to stop. I think this is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. But it looks like the West, they're trying to control the West, while everywhere else is just still getting their oil and their gas. There will be marches in the UK. Rishi Sunak. I'm just trying to read your comments here. Rishi Sunak, Mr. Smooth Operator. I think there's a lot of backstabbing, as you know, what goes on in Parliament and that. I don't see him leaving yet. There's another Tory to step in before we go Labour Britain. But I'll be honest with you, the Labour side's just as bad in a different way. At the moment, I don't really see anybody that fit on the Labour side to step up the mark there. There's strikes to come. There's more strikes to come. I know the buses have been on strike. I see the trains in trouble again. There's so much lies to come out to do with what they've been up to, the Tory party. But I'm pained to say this, because I've got to give you, it's true what I'm getting. He's got a lot on, and all what is perceived on the front is not what really is going on behind the scenes. So he's making I hate saying this, he's making the best for what he can at the moment. And that's Rishi Sunak. There's a woman to rise in the UK and another woman to rise in Scotland. I still maintain at some point Scotland will go independent, but it's not yet. Rishi Sunak, I've seen one of the recent speeches that he did on Israel and Gaza, and he looked panicked. So, Suella came forward with all the lies and what's happened and everything, but he looked panicked. It's like he knows what's coming in, and he's trying to keep everybody calm because he has to protect the country. But I would say Sunak is very controlled, yes. But he's trying to do the best what he can. Do you understand? That's what I'm getting. I don't trust David Cameron. I think it's all been a big plot why they brought him back in there. Very odd. There is going to be changes in the Labour Party, and that'll be the rise for the Labour Party to come. It's after there's big scandals or some big news to come out with the leader of the Labour Party. And it's funny that Muse Master Johnny here in Twitch has put, I understand Zelensky is going to step down from being head of Ukraine. I get a very odd feeling about him at the moment. There's something big to come out with him as well. But he can only do so much, and he's trying to do his best. Even though I'm pained to say that because I'm not keen on him. But that's what I'm being given at the moment. And maybe it's best of what we've got at the minute. Why would I say that? Because they know there's danger out there, and there's know that there could be danger for the United Kingdom. So he's trying to keep everybody happy by saying what he said, that these latest speech on Gaza and Israel. Don't forget, there's a lot of Islam now in the UK, and it's been here a very, very long time. And I think that with us, the British people, we've just got used to it. There's some people who don't like it and totally despise it, but a lot of we've just got used to it. Do you know what I mean? I want to say there's a lot of Chrislams out there. Is that such a word? Can I make it up? There's a lot of Chrislams in the UK. So it's Islam, Christianity, respecting each other type of thing. But I just think that there is going to be a lot more marches to come. But I still think that there's more scandals to come out with the borders. And I said this a little while ago, that I could see a lot of people coming over borders. And it's happening in the US. There's more problems to come there. Zelensky has just bought a $20 million mansion in Florida. Wow. A lot of them are rich. Rishi Sunak's very rich. Him and his wife. They're billionaires or millionaires or whatever. But like I say, it's a mess at the moment. It's a complete mess, and it's going to take a while. What I am getting, what's coming through very strong for the UK, is that the NHS is in trouble, and I do feel that it will go privatised, or it's gonna be in different levels. That's coming. That is definitely coming. But there'll be more marches and more protests to come. Are we still in danger of radical terrorism? Yes. That's why he's keeping the approach what he's keeping, because he doesn't want to rub up the side of the radical. Do you know what I mean? But I feel that we'll know more by next spring, summer, which way things are going there. All right. Harry. What is going on with Harry? You've had that guy from, where was he from? Denmark or something, did that book. I see more soon involved. I see more scandals to come. There's recent been scandals. What apparently has been said about being in the royal family, with Kate and Charles. And it's bullshit. It's all being just made. It's just being juiced up and twisted up. I do feel that looking at this Sussex, is that what they're called, the Sussexes? I think that they're going to be on headlines soon with something big, and I see them having to leave, or there's going to be a split. There's something big going on there, so watch for that. He's lost the plot, hasn't he? There will be a divorce at some point between them two. It looks like it's going to happen, but it's not quite yet. But I see 2 different court cases to come, and I see more scandals to come, like when she went on when they did that thing for Netflix. There's more scandals to come, and big news coming in around the Markle family, so watch for that. William will end up being king, and he will end up sitting on the throne, definitely. I believe Charles will abdicate. Something about that they're going to want to go to another country, but I also feel, and I looked at this a little while ago with a pair of them, I felt there was a bit of a vulnerability there, even though because they've rubbed a lot of people up the wrong way. But it always reminds us of like Diana when she was doing the and Diana, don't get us wrong, she did a lot for people. Do you know what I mean? For humanity. With the mines, you know, she did stuff like that. She broke the stigma with the AIDS patients, and but Diana did a lot of dangerous stuff. You know what I mean? She wasn't afraid, but look what happened to Diana, and I get a similar feeling with them two. I just feel there's something not quite right. So I keep going back to that scene with the car in France with Dodie. And he's unsafe where he is. He's not happy where he is. And we have all come to this planet to heal our karmic roots. Not just to do our bit for society. We are healing our karmic roots and our ancestral roots, and look back in time through the royal family of what they have done. So you're going back to, like, say, Henry VIII, when he was chopping his wives' heads off and stuff like that. That lies within soul imprint, but also within DNA. There is a lot of anger, and you could go back to like what he went through with his mother and losing his mother when he was young, but there's a spiritual thing with him, and I keep getting Henry VIII energy with him. Harry inherited the drama queen gene, yeah. So going back to Henry VIII, he was very spoilt. He was spoilt by, was it Margaret Botham, who brought him up, was his grandmother. She spoilt him, she adored him. And look what he did, look how he went on. But then he changed history by bringing in divorce, because he fought against the Catholic Church, which was ruling England at the time. And he changed everything to bring in the Church of England. He went up against the church, but it took a ruthless man to do that, and that's what Henry VIII was. And that's where we are at the minute. And I'm not saying Harry's like that, because he's not. He's too weak that way, but he's got that. There's a lot of angst within his soul and his spirit. I've watched and I've looked at his energy field. There's things he needs to heal from, and it's a lot of it's coming in from the Tudors, from that lineage. But then you've got people like Trump, right? A lot of people, he's Marmite, a lot of people like him or they don't like him. But it takes a ruthless man to change a system, like Henry VIII. Do you know what I mean? But he's needing to heal. That's what I'm picking up. That's where he's at the minute. But I am concerned about him at the same time. What I feel as a healer, I need to strengthen his aura because something's not quite right with him. I just thought I would say that. Okay. What would you like to ask before I get the crystal ball out? Louise, so what was the purpose of Trudeau? What do you mean by that? What was the purpose of Trudeau? I don't think he's going to be there for much longer. If you know what I mean, Wanda. Okay. So we're all healing our karmic roots. Where we heal, we are healing our ancestral roots. Does that make sense? US government being sued by non-profit for allowing H to get a visa when he admitted drug use. Yeah, he could get his visa cancelled and sent back to the UK. Yeah. I see them leaving eventually, but I don't know where. And I keep getting Africa with them as well. But there's another country where they may reside as well. And I'm getting Europe somewhere as well. Oh, hello. We've got Nala coming in. They will, I don't know, I just think there's problems there between them, obviously. Do you know what I mean? Hello there. Are you coming to say hello? Now, don't knock off the stream, for God's sake. Or I'd say your sister with her tippy toes, what does that? Now, she's going to show her body bum bum, because it's a cat thing. I've checked out why cats show their bum when they greet you. It's because it's saying hello. And she is sitting right on top of the cards. She's very loving. They are 5 months now, guys. They'll be 6 months on the 3rd of January. Good God, I'm jumping on ahead. But they've been such good girls. Oh, and by the way, guys, my television blew up. So I've got a new television coming on Monday. Can you believe that? My television blew up. So that was just the other day as well. I really don't know how it blew up. It just went, just blew up. It's I've had it for quite a while, but I mean, there was no problem with it. Adam was lying on the settee and it just went and just went. It's a flat screen, a big one, yeah. Louise, will Mel Gibson be successful in exposing the child trafficking in the US? Not completely, but he's done what he needs to do. There's more to come. Mel Gibson's just the start, Mummy. Yeah, the TV just went. Charming, isn't it? Just before Christmas. Thelma, is it safe to travel by plane between the 12th to the 27th? Where are you going? I feel you've got angel protection around you. Put it that way. Well, I don't watch much television. And maybe I'll watch the little bit of Netflix now and then. But every Saturday night I put, Adam watches a lot of television, but every Saturday night the girls like to watch Animal Planet, or they like to watch the Discovery Channel. And because they sit on the wall, because I've got like cat trees on the wall. Don't you? You were watching the penguins the other week. So they like to watch the Animal Planet. So, yeah, there you go. Well, I don't have the time to watch the television. But as you can see, I don't know if you can see her, because I'm frightened in case I knock this off. She's being very cheeky. You're being very, very cheeky. Can you hear her purring? Illusion. That's where we're at the minute. So everything's happening, but it's an illusion. Right? Oh, she's gorgeous, isn't she? So there's definitely trickery going on. And I want to say within the 3. So it could be 3 weeks, 3 months. But I'm fingers crossed that will be okay on Christmas Day. Blackouts could start by the night time or the Boxing Day. But I believe the Christmas is going to be, we'll be able to cook our turkeys. Does that make sense? Now you're going to knock that off. So get your little teeny through there. Watch for big news coming in with Buckingham Palace. Not that he's there much now anyway, is he? He wants to retire, Charles, and he wants to go and live up in Scotland, with his favourite place. So Kim in Twitch, my uncle passed on Tuesday night, and it was peace with my, oh, I'm so sorry. Sending your love there. I was just thinking that, how do we protect our pets from a weird frequency? Get them some sugar night. You could put it on their collar. If you've got a horse, you could put it in the stable. Until I come up with a better thing, I really don't know at the moment. But these frequency attacks have been going on a long time. If you look back over the last couple of years, look at that situation in California where you had them weird fires and it was like, it looked like it'd been directed. Can you remember that? There's a lot of stuff going on that we do not realise is frequency. Yeah, you could get a little piece to put them on that collar, like on a little dog collar or whatever, or a kitty collar. She's starting that climbing. I also had this strange vision, and I'm going to say it tonight because someone said here in Twitch how I had a strange vision that we all had to go up north when something kicked off. Remember, there's different timelines and timelines can change, but I have seen that and I still sometimes see it, and it's to do with water. But then people are trying to say there's military on the streets and that they're blocking people from going out. I see this vision very, very strong. And it reminds us a bit like Close Encounters, in the film Close Encounters, Stephen Spielberg film, when they're told that they have to get out of town because there's something wrong with the air, but there's actually nothing wrong with the air. It's because the extraterrestrials are coming with the UFOs. And it's a similar energy that I'm getting. I see all these strange visions sometimes, do you know what I mean? But remember, frequency doesn't change all the time. So there's going to be a great uprising on new healing techniques, a new way of thinking, a word that people are going to be using. Everybody's going to be talking about it, but I don't know if it's before the event or after the event. Why would I say event? So it's a situation with an event, but it will have us on the edge of our seats, but we will be okay. And it could have something to do with the grid. Yeah, so what Agadora has put here in Twitch is 2026 disclosure. Anything is possible, but But I think that they're getting used to us with the technology first before they come forth. It's more about the technology. They're bringing us up to date because it was all kept back from greed. So everything's frequency, everything's energy, everything's changing all the time. The children are very resilient now. The children are not daft. You've got all the crystal children, the rainbow children, the violet indigo children, and they're on a different level, you know. They are ready for this AI world. They're ready. It's us what is resisting the change, and we're scared because of all the creepy stuff that's happening. But there will be a future for our children's children. Children's children. There will be a future. But there is going to be something what's going to happen to the US dollar. That is definitely for sure. In certain banks, not all banks, but certain banks. I'm very drawn to Europe. Big news coming in with Xi Jinping and huge news coming in with Zelensky. The schools may have to shut for a while, and I could be looking just at the UK, and I don't know if it's got something to do with terrible weather conditions or something to do with the grid or blackouts. But I do see schools shutting for a while in the UK, but it will be all right. Mermaids. I believe in mermaids. Who believes in mermaids? There's a lot of things that they're classed as myths and legends, like werewolves. That's another thing, you know. Vampires, you know. I believe it's all gone on and going on. I'm getting that song which has become popular in the UK again. I don't know if it came out in the 70s, Nights in White Satin by the Moody Blues. It's come popular with an advert at the minute, Christmas advert. And it's nights. The nights are rising again. And I would say that there's going to be problems in the UK, and I see marching and protests. Because we're taking back our power, which is long overdue. Long overdue. Do you like that song? Nights in White Satin. I love it. But there'll be a lot of British heritage out there around the world, in Australia and the US, everywhere. So what's inevitable, I feel what's coming in is there's going to be something what's going to happen to trade, and it's going to be blocked through this craziness. And Australia's going to lead the way with something. I also feel Africa is going to play a key point into the future. Could be places like Nigeria, different places over there, to do with trade. Trade's going to change. Their agenda is that they want to bring all countries together like a new network for trade. It's like we're going to enter into the next big Brexit. It's like we're going to enter in to the next big Brexit. Cats are definitely 80s. Definitely. Ecuador, definitely. Okay. Did one of the I didn't know that, Crystal Gypsy. One of the Moody Blues died recently. All I know is that something huge is going to change in this world while this Pope is alive. Or around that time. We are going to be fine, but we are going to witness some big changes on this planet. Big changes. Five of Pentacles. Power cuts. I keep getting power cuts. It's really bugging us tonight. So let us have 5 minutes. And then I'm going to look in how we can do it on a budget. I'm going to pull some cards out how we can do this on a budget and how we can help each other. And then I'm going to do word predictions into the crystal ball. All the world is a stage, exactly. And I'm going to put you on a little, I believe I've got a problem going on with my home screen. So I'm just going to have to just put you on a blank screen while I'm on a break, okay? And I'll be as quick as I can. So go make your cuppas, get your popcorn, whatever you want to do. A cup of tea, coffees, juices. And then I'll be back as soon as I can. Okay. So give us 5. And I hope I don't lose. I've got 994 in altogether. So I hope I don't lose yous. Give us a few minutes. I'll be as quick as I can. Go make your cuppas and I'll be back in a minute. Right, give us a 5 if you can hear us. I'm just going to refresh my screen. Are they coming through on YouTube yet? Oh, yes. So I thought I'd do something for you tonight before I do this. I'm also going to look into how we can prep on a budget, okay? Because there'll be people in the audience tonight who are struggling or maybe are panicking. I don't believe that we're going to be off grid for long if that happens. Is it in the Bible? Is it the same thing? I'll ask the cards. Is it the same thing? Yeah? Hello, everybody. For new people coming in, I've been pulling cards out on different situations and you can watch it back after the live stream. I think everything's been manipulated, Judith. I think all the holy books have been manipulated. I think there's truth in the holy books, but I think they took stuff out to manipulate people and they twisted stuff. I have studied all the holy books. I would say that we're in times where it's all deceivement and trickery, isn't it? Oh, why is Debbie ringing us? Hello? Hello, Debbie, why are you ringing us? I'm online. Well, Twitches are coming through and they're making comments. Do you want to come out and go back in again? Because people are remarking on... People are on Twitch. Louise, you've disappeared. You went off. People are saying fine. It's 5 now. It's fine now. Try refreshing the chat and then coming back in again. Try coming out and come back in again. Okay. Bye. That is strange, isn't it? You just ran to your phone. Calvad on YouTube. Yeah. So it's a frequency thing. Do you see what I mean? They'll get paid off because I'm saying this, and it's the truth. They don't like the truth. They shut people up with the truth. I'm going to ask if the 3 days of darkness is going to be a long power cut of 3 days of darkness. Shall I ask that? So people who are having problems, come back out and come back in again. Because I think there's something funny going on. Because I can see is here. I've got picture and sound. That's Wendy on Twitch. Give us a 5 if people can hear us properly on YouTube. Yeah. That's strange. I'm on YouTube, but... Right. Is it going to be... This 3 days of darkness, is it going to be to do with the cyber attack? Let's ask. Oh, yes. Definitely. You bet. Definitely. It says Twitch has ended, but I'm still here. It's Mercury in retrograde. So we've got... That always reminds me of the Pope. It always reminds me of the Pope, but it's like upside down. So the church, or is it the deep church? Not the church, the deep church. And then you've got like a stall. We've got a stall where we are stalled. And then we've got the moon of deceit. So yes, definitely. Block of communication, the 6 of Cups, upside down. The angels have our back. Mercury in retrograde, they reckon, messes up the electronics. I think it's a bit more than that. I think that we're frequency, so the dark lot are also frequency. And yeah, it's AI running amok at the minute with trolls and God knows what. We've got the Eight of Swords upside down, and we've got the Three of, it's restriction. Now, according to these cards here, Eight of Swords, Three of Rods, which is weeks, that's 5 weeks from now. So where will that take her to? Where will that take her to? People will think it's a demonic invasion, but it's not so much like where devils are running around. It's that they're working out of this frequency zone and they're connecting to people. Like, we are puppets, and we're either on the light side or the dark side, and nobody is immune to this. This is school where we come. So you'll get controllers who can switch as well. They can go from the dark to the light as well. So it's like we're all being tested. It's like we're all being tested. So there is going to be a restriction, and it's something where we are forced to sit in the dark or forced to sit with a candle. But it's temporary. It's temporary. The Five of Pentacles is where we are at now, where the rising of bills, inflation. And I am worried. I'm worried about my home country. I would say it's this winter, definitely, Crystal. At the beginning of the stream, I had picked up that I think we'll spare with Christmas Day. I think it'll be just after Christmas. But look at this. We've got safe home protection. We will be okay. We will be okay. So if the lights go out, the lights go out. People like me will be a bit buggered, like, because I work online. I really just think that we just have to not fall into the panic of it, and knowing that it's not going to go away. The internet's not going to go away. One thing I will say, the internet of what we have at the minute is going to massively change. And it's a new technology what's going to be brought onto the planet. And it's on a different wavelength to Google or anything. It's something it's a lot more faster. It's been held back from where, and that's going to be brought in. New technology, new ideas, new companies. There's going to be a rise of all of these different tycoons and different industries are going to come in. 2024 is going to be the rise of a lot of different things on technology. It's the fight of the fittest. But for the people of Earth, the everyday Joe Blogs of Earth, we have got to worry here for the working class people, because it's the working class what always gets affected. So we have to try and prep on a budget, and it's not easy. You've got a lot of people over here in the UK alone who are on benefits, no doubt other places in other countries as well. And it's not funny at all, you know. The cost of living is a lot rising. So one thing I will suggest is, if you are frail or you have an old person or a child in the house and you don't have a log burner, try and invest in a colour gas heater. Try if you can. Yeah, if you don't have a coal fire or anything like that. Sometimes you can pick them up really cheap on eBay. I've went and got one just to take the chill out the house. You know, you can get them really cheap. I got a one for £53 on eBay last week. So the colour gas heaters, you know, I don't really like the smell of them, but it's better than if you're bloody freezing. You know, you're best to have some backup. You can get battery operated blankets. You just got to look online, and they're not expensive. And one thing I would suggest is that you can get yourself a little camping cooker. I got a one for 40 odd quid, just a little camping cooker. And mine had, you put the little gas canisters in, but there's also a rack where you can toast some toast and heat some bloody beans up or something, you know what I mean? It's better than freezing. So a colour gas heater. So it's where you get the gas canisters and you put them in and you ignite it. I've actually got it in my hole now. It came without the canister, so apparently there's a guy what doesn't live far away where he delivers the gas canisters and then he comes back when you need them and he takes the empty ones away. So you're bound to have things like that in the US and the rest of the world as well if you need that. You can also, as Crystal's put here, you can get battery warming clothes. But one thing I think is a great saver, and definitely you would need to heat your water up, to fill it up, is a hot water bottle. And a thermo flask. You can sometimes get the great big ones. So because we're living in very strange times now, depending on where you're on the world and it's getting cold, if we do have intermittent power cuts and you've got afraid people in the house or people who are feeling unwell, I would say round about tea time, 4-5 o'clock in the afternoon, every day, if you can, or every day, just keep filling your kettle up and putting your thermo flask so you've got some hot water as backup, just in case the lights go off overnight. Then you can have a hot cup of coffee or a hot cup of tea. Or you could fill your hot water bottle up. It's things like that, just thinking ahead. So many of the councils in the UK have declared bankruptcy. Apparently they're declaring it after Christmas. That's when I think the shit is going to hit the fan. It's after Christmas. That's what I'm predicting tonight. All right. Now, that's something that we've had before, power cuts, and it's just little tips that I've got. If it comes into a big sort of end of the world scenario, that's when we've got to worry. Will that happen? I'm going to ask the cards. Because water is very important, you know. If we don't have clean water, how can you get a hold of water? Well, hot water bottles are, you know, all the old-fashioned things that we had. Put your socks on for bed. Maybe invest in some blankets. Go back to the old-fashioned blankets for your bed. I've got some marvelous sheets. I got it off Amazon. Actually, it was really pretty. It was you know, the old Winsiette. I don't think they're called Winsiette now, are they? They're called brush cotton. I'm showing my age. Winsiette fitted sheets for the bed and the top sheet, and a Winsiette duvet cover. And it's so warm, you know what I mean? And it makes a difference with cold cotton sheets. It just depends what you prefer. It depends what you prefer. The Birmingham Council are bankrupt. That doesn't surprise us there, like. And then you've got children or little ones, how you can keep them warm. I mean, we seem to forget. I mean, when I was a baby, my mum and dad did not have heating when they had their first flat. And when they lived off base, they had a flat in Withensea by the Sea. When I was a baby, that's near Hull in the UK. And I believe she had a coal fire in the living room, and then everywhere else there was no heating. Yeah, the flannelette sheets, yeah. And I'm all right. You know, my dad grew up with no heating. My dad, when he was a little boy in the 40s, he remembers the man going round late at night lighting the street lights, the street lighter man. So we just have to adapt if that takes place. Do you know what I mean? The problem is it's because it's very digital, we've relied on this system. So if the system goes down, you've got a problem with hospitals and God knows what. Do you know what I mean? It could get devastating if it's more than 3 days. Even that would be a worry. Obviously, places like hospitals and places like that would have backups. But it is a worry. So what I would say is if you've got people who can get easily agitated, like mental health, or kids or old people, get books, get board games, get playing cards. You know, hello there. We've got little Missy coming in here, the little black one. But I just think that tin soup, you know, things that dried beans, lentils, things that don't go out of date, pasta, rice, but always check noodles, check the date, the sell-by date, because I've noticed a lot of the sell-by dates are getting shorter and shorter. But as my dad said the other day, right, my dad's in his 80s now, he said when he was young, they didn't have sell-by dates on foods. So everything's changing. But I'm going to tell you now, the food industry is going to change. I am getting this really strong. I've had it for a long time. And then once they get in on the plastic thing, banning the plastic, that's going to be the next big thing, what's going to hit the planet. That's going to affect the food chain. Everything's going to change. But they've got to get rid of that plastic. We have lots of food right now in cans and in the freezer. Yeah. But make sure you've got them in the freezer, that you've got a generator. And what I'm saying to you is there's a lot of people in the UK alone who don't have generators, who live in high-rise blocks of flats and things like that. I don't have a generator. I really don't. I do. Well, I'm on about. I do, but it's like an old petrol thing. But I've been looking at the fancy ones as well. But I had built a grow house in my garden for tomatoes and stuff like that, and it's got like a glass roof on, and I might make that into a solar room. So that's my next project, what I'm on to. But I'm doing stuff on a budget. So you can do stuff on a budget. You know? There's a difference between being prepared and hoarding. But what we mustn't forget is medical supplies. Because medical supplies, things like paracetamol and Benadryl and little things like that, a lot of this could be, I'm not saying obsolete, but there could be problems with shortage into the near future. That could be a problem, as things switch over. So I've got loads of books and board games and stuff like that. These are the things that we need to think. And obviously always have something like in your food cupboard for shock. Yeah. Some people like a little bit of sherry or a little bit of a whiskey or vodka. But vodka's good because it can also be used as a disinfectant. But even things like if you're looking online at, say, like sort of medical safe aid boxes and stuff like that, they're expensive to buy now, where you can try and put them together yourself. Like your granny did. She didn't go on Amazon and pick all sorts of prep and stuff. She put it all together herself. We need to understand that we're harder and tougher than what we know. And don't forget, we're food for our pets. Isn't that right, Zizi? We've got little Zizi coming in here. Now, this is the one with the fairy paws, what tries to cut off the stream. So I'm just going to try and stop her from going on there. You're being a good girl, aren't you? Say hello to the ladies and gentlemen. Yes, I'm going to get the crystal ball out. Go with your sister on there. So if it gets really too cold, stick your bloody dogs in bed with you or your cats in bed with you, because they are great thermal blankets and they'll keep you warm as well. Zizi is the sound engineer. Exactly. I don't know why we as a human race in the last pandemic, we were going wild for toilet rolls. I'll never figure that one out. Does anybody know why? Because I don't know why. Yeah, so you've got 4 dogs. Well, if they're cuddly dogs, you could stick them in the bed with you or on the bed and they'll keep you warm. What you wanting? And like I say, if there is a case like where you place where you can't grow vegetables, a lot of people knock tin food, but it's a survival thing. That's what they did in the 40s. Get your tin peas in, get your tin veg in. It's better than nothing, But food has become very, very expensive, as you know. There is videos out on YouTube where you can heat your house with a candle with the blinking terracotta pots. I've never tried it. I don't think I'll do it because of the cats, in case they knock it and I get a fire. But if there's anybody in the audience and they know, maybe let me know. Try it out. But apparently if you put them underneath the terracotta pots with bricks and things, you can heat your own rooms with these gadgets. But I just think that we haven't got to worry about this. I remember once when Luke was a baby. This was when I still lived at home, because I was like a young mother and then I was an older mother. So when I lived at home with my mum and dad, and it was Boxing Day, we'd been down to my nana's. That was when my nana was alive. We'd all go down, all the cousins would have like a tea party. We'd come back and he'd had a massive poo in his nappy. And my God, that kid could poo shit in his nappy. You'd be cringing if you could hear this now. He's a 30-year-old man now. And we went into a blackout, a power cut. And God bless him, it was all up his back and around the other side. And my dad had the torch. I had him on the changing mat. And I was trying to change his nappy in the pitch black. Because where my mum and dad lives, there's like a lot of trees and that, you know what I mean? That was hilarious. But you come through these things, you know what I mean? You can laugh. Laughter is good. And we still laugh about it to the day, how funny it was. And I think the blinking, if I can remember rightly, the power cut went on all night and he was screaming for a bottle. And how did we heat that bottle? How did we warm it? Because we're going back in the day where you pre-made the bottles. Ladies, you'll remember this. Nowadays, they tell you can't do that because you make your kids sick. They tell the young mothers now to make the bottles as they go. You'll find this out when you become grandmothers. I was shocked because I used to just make them and line them all up on the bench, and when they were cool, I'd put them in the fridge. Does anybody remember that? But not now. They're telling young mothers just to make the bottles as they go. Oh, you got breast milk, yeah. But some others can't do that, or they don't do that, or they won't do that. Do you know what I mean? But I think my dad, if I can remember rightly, he had a little stove thing in his garage, and I think he did something with some water in a pan, and he heated the bottle up for us, and it worked. And Lucky Boy was fulfilled with his milk. So that was the end of the story. But I think that the blackout went out until the early hours of the morning. But you get by and you laugh it through. You know what I mean? So Sudhya quite often gets power cuts. Where do you live, Sudhya? Am I pronouncing your name right? We are a lot more resilient than we know. What are you doing? What are you doing? I'm going to start in the minute. I'm going to start on the world predictions. Unfortunately, you're not going to get looting all over, but you're going to get it in certain states or certain villages or certain places, because you always get some idiot what will try to do stuff like that. Whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Exactly. Crystal, I bought my granddaughter a bottle warmer that charges in the car. Exactly. So maybe these are things that maybe mothers or grandmothers need to think of to get little gifts just in case it happens. So then you could always do it that way in the car. Yeah, Birmingham's got a lot of looting. We are powerful human beings of the light. Exactly, Sue. You've got people out online saying, "Oh, make sure you've got loads of money because the holes in the wall will go down." It's possible, but I don't believe it would be down for long. I just think that we haven't got to feed into this. So there's changes going on. There's events to take place. It's all going to happen, look. But we're going to come through it. Definitely going to come through it. Just reading some of your comments here. Lorraine Morton, we went through a cyclone this year and had no electricity for 3 months. Wow. Can you give us some tips here, Lorraine Morton? Did you hear that, guys? On YouTube? Lorraine Morton went through a cyclone this year and had no electricity for 3 months. This is where you hear the real people, the real tales. This is where we need to come together. At the moment, I'm sitting on the fence. We will have power cuts. There's different timelines. Some things are fated, some things that everything's an illusion. If Trump gets back in, there will be something big. Mark my words. Because you've got darker side of life controllers who will not want that. 3 months. How did you manage, Lorraine? Camping stoves. Good one. But yeah, you just think, like, if it happens, you've got your camping stuff there, just in case. And community spirits coming together as well because of this. Do you know what I mean? So, like, if you've got a little old lady what lives down the street and she's not sitting watching all the Intel stuff and, you know, and she's got no family, you know, it's like making sure I'm not giving her a knock on the door to see if she's going to be okay. Or does she want some soup or whatever? These are the things that we need to be doing. And it could be the cheapest little gadget, like a bottle warmer for the car, what can save the day. You don't have to be spending a lot of money. That's what I've been looking at online, we have a portable solar power generator. That's great. I've got one to get. It's in my basket. I was thinking of getting one of them, a solar power. I was going to make me shed into a solar room. We just have to, like, find the fighting instinct within we. Cat manner. I teach my city husband and son so much from what I learned growing up on the farm. I bet. Wow. So yeah, the solar generators are really, really good because you're charging it up in your garden or outside on the sun, which is giving you some electric. Do you see what I mean? So you just got to take one day at a time. Exactly, Lorraine. And I do have a propane one, but I'm looking at the solar ones as well. Exactly, Snow Owl. That is so interesting what Snow Owls put here on YouTube. Biden and Trump are not good guy, bad guy. They are people and politicians. Vote for who resonates with you. Exactly. It's what's going on behind the scenes. I always say that the president or the prime minister is not really running the country. It's what's going on behind it. You can get the huge ones. I'm chopping and changing. I'm answering your questions here. You can get the huge generators and they cost a lot of money, but you don't have to spend a lot on the solar ones. Batteries is going to be a must. So that's like the man walking on water. We are magical, spiritual beings of the light. So Debbie is put here, right? I survived Hurricane Harvey with no electric or water for 3 weeks. Amazing. See? We will be all right. We really do. We really will. So it's about go with what resonates with you, but don't feed into the fear as well. And I mean, obviously, if you've got a stove, a wood stove, and you're living near a lake or you've got your own well, you're laughing. Do you know what I mean? But not everybody can do that, unfortunately. It's getting the timing right. The end outcome is a better world, is a fairer world. I don't believe for 1 minute that the darkness is going to rule this world. We just think it is. Because it looks like it is. Because it's all happening at the minute. There's a lot of unfair things happening. It's the race to the finishing line. Batteries are expensive. Again, on Amazon. I'm not pushing Amazon, by the way. But I seem to be on there a lot at the minute. I got the Amazon own make batteries, which are good. And you can get like a bulk of them. Do you know what I mean? So Susan Goldis Magical. I've got my own well with a hand pump and a wood stove, but I'm not laughing. Oh, God bless you. God bless you. But at least you're going to have your own water and you're going to be able to heat stuff. But that's interesting. You've got your own well with a hand pump. How great is that? That's interesting what Warlords put here in the audience on YouTube. Also, if you have an electric car, it will power up your homes. We've just got to get our thinking caps on here. Do you know what I mean? The country will go through, what Snow Owl's putting here, I presume you're talking about the US. What's important is that the country stands united and allows differences. I believe it's going to take a massive wobble, and then I believe it'll rise. Like I've always said, the American flag's going to fall, and then it's going to rise again. You can plug your well to a generator, but you have to have water saved to be able to prime the well. Oh, interesting. A lot of these cell phones will not be able to work, but try and get like the iPhones. I'm concerned that they might go down as well, because it's part of the thing, the system. So even if you buy yourself a cheapy little thing where you just put 20 quid little phone, the old fashioned phone, great again if you've got a landline, because you can just plug it in. So like a cheapy one, pay as you go, just a tiny little baby little Nokia thing or something, then you'll be able to make calls if you haven't got a landline. And a ham radio, yeah. Well, I've got me ghetto blaster, guys. I've got me old-fashioned, massive, huge ghetto blaster from the 80s. And it's got a radio on that. And walkie-talkies is a great thing. You can buy them. But then you would have to get everybody a walkie-talkie each in the family, wouldn't you? So you could talk to them. Right, I'm going to do some healing for you all. So I know there's a lot of people in the audience that have been feeling unwell. Right. I ask that Archangel Gabriel comes forth tonight. Uriel, Raphael, Michael, to guard people against evil and darkness and to heal them from within. To protect them and to protect their families and their pets and their loved ones, and to give them healing and strength. I ask that any ailments, people who have got ailments in the audience tonight, that they will receive healing and a good night's sleep. Anybody who's got worries tonight, who is worried about money or situations, that they are relieved from this, and there is miracles that happens from tomorrow for them. I ask that people who are grieving from their loved ones, that they receive the blessing from the Holy Spirit and the comfort from the angels. For all the unborn children who are coming onto the earth plane now, that they are protected from all evil and that they are safe in their mother's wombs. I also ask for people who are suffering with mental health, that they receive the guidance and the help that they need. I am also asking that nobody should be homeless in this day and age or starving. And so people who are hungry, who cannot afford to pay their bills or eat, that they are given a blessing from this night and they are given a roof over their head. I ask that people who are suffering with long-term illnesses, that they receive the help that they need and the guidance for them to overcome their problems. I ask that all our troops are safe, and our allies, they are safe, and that the Holy Spirit covers them as above and below and keeps them safe as they walk through this storm. I ask that all the little children, the children and the teenagers are protected from all evil, and that the ones that have been taken will be returned. I also ask that the animal kingdom is protected tonight and is kept safe from any evil. And the wildlife, our seas, our oceans, our trees, our lands, and our countries and our borders are protected against evil. Tonight, we as a collective all come together and we ask Archangel Michael, Uriel, Raphael, Gabriel, that there is an intervention of miracles, that there is an intervention, that there is no more war or famine or suffering on this planet, and then a miracle will happen. If anybody is upset or grieving tonight or is needing help, you will receive a miracle within a week. You will receive some good luck. Don't forget to write your name in the comment section and you will receive that luck. Your loved ones are just in another room. They are just round the corner. And one day you will see them again. There is no such thing as death. We are spirit beings in a meat suit. And one day we will see them again. The veil is thin. They are just in another room. Have faith knowing that you will see them again. I want to say to believe, I want to say that believe that goodness is coming. And we as a collective will raise the light in this forum tonight and send peace across the world to all the war-torn countries and the children, the women, men, the innocent who are suffering, that they receive the comfort that they need. I'm seeing loads of spinning discs coming in, guys. They're like little A2I balls of fairy light. And I just see them covering our skies and just helping with. They're coming in from the fairy elemental kingdom. To all the wild animals, the horses in the fields, that they are, and the livestock, that they are protected from all evil. And one last thing, to the politicians who have turned to the dark side, to the leaders who have turned to the dark side, that they see light, they see hope, they are guided into truth and goodness. We tonight will not send hatred to these individuals. We will send hope and love and light, that the right thing will happen for each individual country to keep us all safe. As we enter into the winter months, head towards winter solstice, and we are entering forward into Christmas. It has given us a time to reflect on what we will be doing for next year. We are not giving away our power, we are taking our power back. I will say that you need to light a white candle on winter solstice and ask for blessings from Mother Gaia, and she will bless you. I send you love and peace and healing and protection in these troubled times. We have done this many times before, and we will do this again. We will save Gaia. We are the matrix busters. Do not panic, for we cannot have light without having dark. Listen carefully. We cannot have light without having dark. For when the darkness comes, have faith knowing that the light will come next. It's science. It's the truth. Where the darkness will come, the light will come next. Nothing sticks, everything changes all the time. It's just a phase as we go through this transition. And a better kind of world will come to us all. Amen. Blessings to the world and to everybody in this forum. Do not stress, guys. If you are stressed about Christmas, do not stress. It's only one day. It's only one day. Don't get caught up in the monetary side of things. Miracles will happen this Christmas. There's so much change to happen. Don't leave the Christ out of Christmas. Exactly. That's what it's about. The day, apparently, he was born. I question that mind. I question everything. But we'll say Christmas is the day that we celebrate us as Christians of the Lord Jesus Christ. Beautiful Mary. Beautiful innocent Mary who gave birth to him. I can see her. I keep getting her a lot. And she came through a few months back and she was crying for the children. I believe he was born on a different day. Yes, I'll talk about that on another night. But it doesn't matter, does it? We're gathering as Christians to celebrate that time, to be with our family, and make it magical if you want to make it magical. You know, stick a bloody 10-foot bloody Santa Claus in your garden if you want to. You know what I mean? With a Rudolph. Just have fun. Because there's been so much darkness out there. And I think that nothing nicer, is there? Beautiful Mother Mary. What she went through. The pain that she must have gone through. So where we heal and we all come together, that's what Christianity is about, isn't it? Helping each other. And I'm not somebody who goes to church much, you know what I mean? I think it's in here. That's where it is. It's in here. And it's about helping people. I just feel like Mary was wants to send you a quick message, yeah. Through these days of darkness, there is light to come. Beauty is all around us. We have not noticed this for so long. We are all the same. We are no different. Throughout time, throughout ages, there has been evil and catastrophes. The sun will come again and the rainbow will shine. My son is within each and every one of you. We are all the same. We are all part of God. My son operated out of a 3D dimension. And each and every one of you are capable of lifting into that frequency when you believe. His teachings were codes for humanity. Beware of the false prophets. Beware of the trickery. Beware of the deception. One thing they cannot take away from you is your soul. My son is here, right now on earth, through each and every one of you. And one young man will come forth very soon with all of his gifts. We all play a part. We all are connected to God. You are all light workers. You are all sent here to play your part for society and to help beautiful Gaia. Do not be afraid Ladies and gentlemen of the darkness will bring the light. Louise is right, will bring the light. The stars, the moons will guide you just like they guided me and guided the 3 wise men. I was not in luxury when I had my child. I was in a damp, cold stable. I was young. I was naive. I was scared. We did not have gadgets or fancy equipment, but we survived. It will be love that will hold you all together. Do not fall into the trap of fear, for fear lowers your frequency, and fear brings a low vibration. It is the rise of humanity 2024, 2025 and 2026. Great change will take place on your planet. Great revelations to come. Man is meeting with machine, and it is machine that is trying to take over humanity, programmed by lower vibrational souls that I will not discuss in this channeling. But the ones who are operating will soon not be here. Have faith, dear ones, and watch for the North Star, like you were all the wise men. Miracles will take place, my dear ones. Hold your children close to your breast and stand in God, your properties and your land. That is your human right. Miracles will about to take place. The blue-eyed child holds the key for humanity. It is the next book. He is back. I love you all. I send you peace and blessings, and I protect the children on your planet and beyond the galaxy. Yes, you are all over the galaxy. This is Mary. Goodbye for now. Shalom. Oh, bless her. It's the robots. Shalom. I love Mary. I love channeling Mary. She's quite often come through, guys, hasn't she, on Twitch? How many times have I channeled Mary? I'm so connected to Mary, Mother Mary. I love her so much. God bless her. Blessed Mother. God bless her, Mother. Yeah. She said that there's Jesus through all of work can come in, and it's the essence, because he was connected, he was so highly frequency connected to Spirit God, working and operating on that 5th dimension. But there's a young boy here on this planet who is fully aligned like him. Watch for the child with the blue eyes. He's back. I love that. Love is all around us. You know, guys, you need to watch the film Love Actually. That's what she said. Love is the key. Why do you think all these events are taken off? Why do you think everything's just gone crazy? Get your movies watched. Don't stress. It's only a day. But good God, I want to say, good God, can I say that? After I've just channeled Mary. We are in for one hell of a ride for 2024. I'm going to give you a quick 10 minutes of the scry into this because I think I've given you enough tonight. See if I can see anything. Because it's getting late over here, guys. We are all connected. Jesus would have been dark, wouldn't he? Would have been dark with dark eyes. The next one will be blue eyes. Love is all around us. Right. Ships stalled in the sea. Cargo. When Trump makes big announcements. Yeah, Jesus, he would have been Middle Eastern, he would have been swarthy skin, dark to the hair. That's what I meant. I doubt he was blonde, Hazeltine. Okay. Big news is coming in with Putin. You know, guys, this is really, really funny. I don't think he's going to be around for much longer. There's some big news coming in with Putin. Something's going to come out about him. At the same time, something's going to come out about Trump. I really think that Trump's not out of the picture here for the next election, you know. I've always said that our tea is week by week to see what comes here, but there's also Gavin Newsom's coming out very, very strong. And then there's a woman, a dark-skinned woman to come out, could be on the Democratic side. But Biden, I can see him stepping down. And I don't know if Kamala's going to come in for a little time and then somebody else is going to come in. This is really strange. I'm seeing the White House and that there's official people standing there. It's like and if somebody's got like a black suitcase in their hand and it's got something official in it and they're making a big announcement. And it's not that far on into the future. So watch for that. Well, I'm getting something about Gavin Newsom. I get something big coming in with him, Thelma. I think that that's very possible what Teddy's put there. Supreme Court will drop charges against Trump. Biden drops out and Gavin Newsom runs for president, yeah? It's possible. But I think it's just going to be interesting to see as we're running up to it. But Trump's not out of the picture here, like. Definitely not. There's something big coming in with... That sounds really weird, not weird what I'm getting. Like a car crash or some accident or something that's to do with somebody famous. And I'm seeing mountains. And I don't know if it's something connected or it's something what's coming off at the same time this is happening. So watch for that. I've seen this vision before and I'll give you it again. So it looks like everyone's standing in an airport and then everything's blocked because they can't fly out. But then I'm also saying it's like the airport is if you're standing looking for the flights coming in, but it's not. It's the grid. It's the banking system, the currency. It's like everything just stops and falls, and then all of a sudden it bounces back up again. So anybody in this audience who's invested in stuff, maybe he's coin what's not worth much, or it will pay off. Just keep a hold of it, leave it where it is. I'm not like an expert on anything like that. What my guys will show us is when it goes up and down like that. What colours am I seeing around? I see grey around. I see grey around Biden. That's like depleted, isn't it? I see yellow tonight around Trump, and that's communication. Lots of info to come out there. And I'm getting it with Putin as well. I see like a dark midnight blue, nearly purple, and it's coming in around Rishi Sunak. So he's protected. He's definitely protected, but he's not leaving yet. And this is random, this is coming in here. There's going to be some huge news coming in with that Scottish Prime Minister. What was she called again? The Scottish girl. When they had all that scandal. God, I can't think of her name. I can see big news coming in with her. Nicola Sturgeon. My dad calls her Noddy for some unknown reason, and I don't know why. But there's big news coming in around her. The Middle East is coming up, but I'm looking at more like Asia, Singapore, Thailand. I don't know where I'm getting land worry. I feel like I need to put protection around that area. If it's not that area, it's somewhere in Asia. Yeah, that's really strange. I've just seen Winston Churchill and he's just popping out of the crystal ball with his fingers, you know what he used to do, like with that sign. Winston Churchill. The rise and the fall of the people, and then the rise again. Tyranny to come to the UK, and then the people will fight back. It'll be fine. Huge news coming in with Xi Jinping. I see protests in China, and I don't know why. There's going to be a lot of people. There's going to be an uprising of the younger generation in China. There's going to be massive protests. And I'm going to leave you with this one. When everything starts to go down, there'll be big news with Putin, Trump, and for some unknown reason, I'm getting Kim Jong-un. There's something dodgy going on there that you're going to hear of some big news, and I'm getting number 7 or 8 linked with that. 7 or 8, and I'm going to leave you there with a lot of love from Spirit because it's getting very late now. I'm seeing a man, and he's doing a rain dance, but he's doing it where he's taking the mickey. Do you know what I mean? Like taking the piss. But he's because I've got some humorous guides, funny guides. But he's going, it shouldn't be going there, and it's like, keep that rain away from Holland and Denmark. So I don't know what's coming in there, but I feel like I could be looking into the first half of next year, but I feel like I need to keep the rain away from Denmark and Holland. I know it's quite flat over there. Good night, guys. I'm off now, and I hope you've enjoyed that. And I'm off to make a hot chocolate and do a little bit of editing before I go to bed. But you take care, and may the force be with you all. Hope you've enjoyed it tonight. Putin wants to re-establish a strong relationship with the US again. That is possible because I've seen Trump and Putin coming in again. Yeah. Good night, guys. Stay strong, stay safe, stay vigilant, and stay happy. And I'll see you all again soon. Godspeed. And what I want to say is, we're nearly there. Keep calm and carry on, as we say in Britain. Good night, guys. And I'll be back on again soon. I'll be on Twitch on Sunday night, and I'm just getting back into the swing of things because it's a very busy time of year, just recovering from a kidney infection. But I've enjoyed it tonight, and I'm glad I've come out to see you all. And so watch for some videos coming soon on YouTube as well. Take care, guys. And we'll be making a looking glass over the weekend for you as well. If you don't get it this week, you'll get it no later than Monday. Good night, guys. See you soon. Now, how do I get out of here?